The package has been installed successfully. Let's add our function so we can generate random random invoices. Public function. Let's give it the same name, generate random invoices. So if you don't want to use this package and generate random invoices, you can do something. You can add form, give the user the ability to choose the fields that he wants. You can add a form here, and when the user clicks on this form, for example, so I have stopped this server. For example, add your own fields for your invoice. He can choose the fields that he wants. For example, he wants company, invoice number, and other fields that he wants. And you can save it and you can use it here when you upload. You can use the fields that the user has stored inside the database and extracts them from his invoice. Okay, so in our case here we'll use only random invoices. So here we define data array, and inside we use the fields that we need. So we need company, and here we can add here company, and we concatenate this with rand to generate a random number between 1 and 100. Okay, and we need to do the same thing for the other fields. We have invoice number, and here we add inv, and we can use, or let's use it uppercase, inv dash, and we use the rand, and we can use a big number, for example 1000 and 9999. Next we have the date, and the date we can use now, and we use sub days to move to the previous date. For example, with sub days we remove 2 days from now. Okay, but we will use a random, as I told you, a random number between 0 and 30, or between, let's use 1 and 30 instead of 0. And we use the format. So we format date to be year, month, and day. Next, what we have the total, and the total we can use only the random method that will generate a number between 100 and 1000. Okay, and we have the currency, and for the currency we will use a collection. So here we call the collect method, and we give is the array, which is USD or euro or UK pound, Great Britain pound. We can use GBP, which is the pound, and we get random from this collection. We use the random method to get a random currency, which is USD, euro, or GBP. Okay, now we can use the package that we have installed to generate the random, which is the PDF package. So we use PDF load view, but we need to add view. We didn't add it, we will add it soon. And view, we'll call it invoice template, and here we give it the data that we need to fill, and we download. We use the download method to download it, and we give it name invoice.pdf. Okay, or you can use anything else. For example, a random number, and you can use a random number and concatenate it with the name of the invoice. Okay, so to be different from the others. Next, what we need to do, but before we move to add template, let's import the class. So the class is PDF. Let's try to import it. So it's imported or not? Okay, it's already here. We have it. So here is the class. You can import it from buried DOM PDF, facade PDF. Okay. Now we have our function. Let's first do something. Let's add the controller. We did not add controller. Let's add controller, and later we add the view that will generate invoice, or that will include the information that we have added. So let's add the route here. Okay, let's add another one. So the route here will be get. So later we will change the routes, because as we have seen, so the user needs to be registered, logged in, and has verified his email to access our application. So we do that later. Where is the, let's go back here. So here we need to use the invoice generator controller. And we have the method which is, so let's go back here. The method has the same name, generator random invoices. So here let's add semicolon, and we need to import our invoice generator controller. Okay. Now save. Let's go to our views. As I told you, here we need to add inside the resources views, we need to add view to generate the invoices. So here let's add it and use the blade.php. Let's add the HTML structure. And here, so for the title, we don't have title. Let's remove all of this. And here inside the body, let's add each one. And each one, let's add here invoice. And here what we need another p tag. And inside p tag, we add strong tag. And inside strong tag, we have the invoice number. So the invoice number, we will get it from here, this invoice number. Okay. Next, what we need another, let's add here after the p tag hr. And here we need another div. And let's add inside this div, let's add company. And company here will be same thing, the company that we have defined. And let's add other. So we need more divs, this one. So this one will be for dates, and we can use the same thing. So here dates. This one will be for the amount, and amount in our case will be, let's add first the currency, and here, so here currency, and here the total. So the amount in our case is the total that we have defined here, and we need also the currency. Next, what we need, let's add another HR here. And a message, let's send a message to our user. Thank you for, or thanks, or thank you for your business or something. In a message you want business. So just a random message, okay? And we need also, so let's add the Let's add some styles to our file. So here let's add style tag. Let's organize this to be clear. So here we have style. Let's give some styles to our body. Let's give it font family, and let's use Arial, and we can use also what else? Sans Helvetica sans serif. Let's use only sans serif without the Helvetica. And what else we need? We need font size. Let's give it font size. And in our case, let's use 14 pixels. What else we need? We need a color. Let's give it dark color. And that's all for our body. We need also niche one styles. So let's use only font size. And we give it 24. Next, what we have the HR. And let's give it also a border, and border 1 pixel, solid, and the color is CCC, which is gray or light gray color. Also we have, let's give this div that we have here class, let's give it a class row. Same thing for this one and this one. Okay, and we can use now this row class. Let's give it margin of 10 in the top and bottom, and 0 in the right and left. Okay, let's save. So here is our invoice template. So here we have everything we need, but here we don't need this dollar sign. Let's remove it. Okay, we have invoice number, the company, the date, currency, the total, and the message. Now what we need to do, we need to add another view, so we can call the route that we have defined here, which is generate random invoice. Let's add the view here inside the views. Let's call it upload.blade.php. And for now, let's add only a link that will call the method. So where is so sometimes the emit takes a long time. So we can use the route that we have defined, but we did not give it name. Okay, let's give it name here. And let's call it random invoice, random.invoice. And now we can use this random.invoice here, invoice to generate, let's add here, generate random invoice to test the app. Generate random invoice to test the app. Now we need to add a route to display this upload, but for now let's only use it inside our home page route. Let's go back here. Let's go to the home page, hit enter, and here is our link. Let's generate a random invoice to test the app, and here is our invoice. Let's open it. Here we have the invoice number, what we have added here. Okay, invoice number, the company, the dates, the amount, and thank you for your business. Okay, so now we are done with the generating random invoices. Next, what we need, so before we upload and we extract the text from the invoices, we need to add the registration and login And also we need to verify the user emails, and we will use Laravel 45 to do that. So let's do that now.